Hello.
Another Sunday.
Another Sunday. Hang on a second. I've got to just do something. Sorry, mate. That's it. Sorry, it's my end. Yes, another Sunday. It's come around really quickly. Keeps doing this.
Yeah.
At least the weather's improved.
Yeah.
Really nice weather at the minute.
It's been cracking for about 3 days. So yeah, I've been getting some spray painting done on the Hummer, which needs doing. So yeah, really glad of the weather.
Yeah, fingers crossed it stays like it. It's really nice now. Summer is here, finally. But yeah, we're back again. We've got some news, obviously. Do you want me to start off with what I've got to say first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the official press release for the Star Trek Starship collection from Fanhome has officially been announced, and yeah, so we've got a lot of information. We know what the first 3 ships are going to be, how many issues there's going to be, how many you get. All the information is on their website, but also on the Star Trek ship Fanhome, Facebook page or group. But effectively, there's going to be there's 20 models planned, and you get basically you get one a month. But there will be specials and XLs as well. So some months you will get a special, some months you will get an XL, but there'll be an option to opt out of them. I can't wait. You got the first 3 that they've listed that's coming out. We don't know what order they're going to be in, but you've got the Titan from Star Trek Picard, the Stargazer from Star Trek Picard, and you've also got the Farragut from Strange New Worlds, which was Kirk's ship that appeared. I think it was in yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. No, I watched the video. It was really good. Really good.
Yes, there's loads of information that was released, and I'll go through it on the video that I did on YouTube. There's a lot more information there, but you can check out their website. It's up now. The pre-orders aren't live yet, but they're due to start shipping in August.
Right.
But there will be, I think, a month before there will be the pre-orders will go live, and also the announcement of the web shop as well. So you will be able to buy these ships on the web shop, but I believe that the web shop will go live towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
So if you're a subscriber, you'll be way ahead before the web shop's out, and you'll be paying more at the web shop.
Yeah.
As well, so you get a discount as a subscriber.
So it does look interesting. I even said, didn't I? I said, why does this collection interest me? But
yeah, I think it's quite reasonable as well, because they're the mid size, so they're 7 to 9 inches long, and they're going to be roughly about £45-50, which is the same price bracket that Eagle Moss was selling them at. And you only get one a month, which is really good if that's what you want to go for. So you're not going to be priced out or anything. You're actually going to be quite, I would say, in budget with a lot of this stuff. But you will get specials and XLs, which will then push that price up if you go for that. But I think it's if you're going for the base collection, I think that's quite reasonable.
Yeah. Other thing I forgot to mention before we went live, Kev, as well, is the poll on the Transformers Facebook group.
Yes. Yeah. So I found out that obviously the Optimus Prime build from Fanhome, they offer the binders. You know, the binders. Well, I would say the folders. Not the fold. They're not binders. They're more like files.
I think I found them on Amazon as magazine organizers.
Right. Okay. So the magazine organizers. Now we've got them for RoboCop. We got them for the Batmobile. We get them for the Fast and Furious. One of the ones we didn't get them for was the Optimus Prime build. Yet we have later found out that actually they're offered on the Optimus Prime build in France and Germany.
Yeah.
So we were asking the question why they're not offered to the UK or the USA. Now there could be an option to opt out, but I would like something to store the magazines in. I think they're quite good. Some people don't, and that's fine. But we put the poll up to basically see if there was interest if Fanhome offered them. And then we can take that to Fanhome and say, is there a possibility of you doing the magazine holders for them, because you can do them. They are available. You can even get them right now, I think, on the French site. They're currently out of stock at the minute though, but they're on the French side, so on the French newsagent's site. So you can get them if you want, but they will be in French. But yeah, we just put a poll up to sort of just see if there was interest. And actually, it looks like a lot of people would like them.
Yeah.
I can see the arguments for not, because we've spoken about it before, because, they're not binders as such. They're organisers or files. They're not sort of binders. But yeah, that's what we've put up on the Transformers site. So cast your vote. It's up for another day or two. And then we'll take that information to Fanhome just to see if they would look into it or might offer it or what.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Some more news then is I do my rounds, or I'm looking all week and noting down things that I'm seeing. So we have a new kit from IXO, a new full kit, and it is this. So
Lovely.
this is the Porsche 917KH #23 Salzburg.
In red.
In red. Functioning lights and sound included. If I look, it says over 839 parts. Full kit 1.8 diecast. And we have all the features there. So the specifications obviously is 1.8. Length is 55.1 centimeters. Width is 26.06 centimeters. Height is 11.9 centimeters. Weight, actually, I'm surprised they've put the weight in, because they don't normally do that.
No.
Is 5.95 kilograms, so just short of 6 kilograms. Number of pieces, over 839 pieces, including 158 metal parts. I've never done that before. And functioning headlights, engine, and horn sound effects. So, I mean, that does look nice.
It does indeed. Has it got a rating on that box? Is there any other photos?
The only the photos are the promo pictures, I believe.
I mean, it looks nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, if you're into your... is that a Le Mans one?
It could be.
Is that a Le Mans 24?
Just looking in, just legendary race car that gave Porsche its full victory. Yeah, it's the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1970.
It just, I thought it was, because they're the sort of cars that they use for that. It's got the nice gull wings on it as well, which is cool.
Yeah, but it'll go really nice with the other.
I was going to say the other Porsche.
Yeah, the Porsche that did that at Le Mans as well. So
yeah,
you're talking.
I mean, it looks detailed to hell. It's looked really nice.
Yeah,
you would expect it anyway, because all these models are getting more. I've noticed over the last sort of 2 years, the models are getting much more detailed.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back to, especially when it comes to like the engine and stuff like that, if you go back to some of the older models, they are detailed, but not like they are now. Obviously, techniques have gotten better, and they've started to realise little bits that maybe they've missed before.
Yeah. So
looks nice.
It does look nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that bit. We touched last week on the Ford Falcon.
The website was up already. Well, it was a register your interest one, which is here.
So here it is. This is the register your interest for the Ford Falcon.
It's also worth noting, it also looks like that they're going to offer this to the USA through Hachette and not through Agora.
Oh, right.
Because there is 2 sites up for the US and the UK. And when you go onto it, the US side, it's all done for Hachette, not for Agora.
Yeah.
Because normally their Agora is their sort of international arm. That's who they've done before, haven't they, with the Terminator and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this one, it's actually put up for Hachette USA.
So maybe Hachette is going actually into the USA with models instead of going to Agora.
Yeah. So if I remember rightly, there was 2 sites set up, one for the UK and one for the USA, to register your interest.
Mm.
But yeah,
that is that. Okay, the next one, which I was a little bit, what the heck, is you can now in France get the Spitfire.
Yeah.
Oh dear, Horlicks is in the chat. This is not going to go down well.
Yeah. So the English Spitfire is going to be offered in France, which we were just talking about that actually. What, it's about 2 years since it was offered here? Since it finished?
It's about 2 years since it finished, yeah.
So I'm surprised that they've offered it in France, because they never did this with the Route Master.
Yeah.
So I'm really surprised.
It is exactly the same as what we got in the UK, 1/18 scale. The free gifts are exactly the same as what we got in the UK. I mean, they didn't even translate the metal plate. The binder and everything.
Is the website up? The website looks identical as well. It might be just like a cut and paste job.
I think the website is identical, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a cut and paste job.
And I honestly think, they've just changed the language on the website to French.
Yeah. I just hope that they fixed all. Yeah, I just hope they fixed all the problems.
Yeah.
Because
that's all I can say. Oh, this one though, you do get a premium. And the premium is, they never offered this in the UK, glass case or perspex case.
Yeah.
That's for an extra 150
euro. Yeah.
€1.50 there.
Yeah, I think the display cases are the sort of I don't know about you, but I've seen them being offered with near enough every build now. So that's sort of like something that they do now.
Now, what gets me is, have they fixed it? Have they finally found a solution to what everybody who was doing the Spitfire had the problems with?
Yeah, it'd be worth watching some of the French guys build it and see what happens.
So that's just the information on obviously subscribing, but it is exactly the same. The parts are exactly the same as what we got.
Yeah.
The only difference is the
display case.
We didn't get offered the display case. So
does it mention about the diorama pieces?
No,
because I've just obviously I'm scanning through here with you, and I'm like, hang on, where's the diorama pieces?
It doesn't.
So are they not going to offer that?
Unless somebody can translate French, and I can't, because it'll be working out how many is in the collection. If it's only if it's only 100 issues, then it doesn't include the diorama pieces. But if it's 120 issues, then yes, it does include the diorama.
One of the frequently asked questions down the bottom might tell you.
Yeah, but that's working out in French. I have trouble with the English language, never mind the French.
Yeah.
No, that's all in French. No.
Yeah.
No, that's all in French. So
okay. Be worth looking out for that.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah. That is.
Spitfire raises its ugly head again, but you know.
Yeah, I'm just a bit surprised by that because, like I said, they never offered the Route Master anywhere else. Well, obviously, Agora did, but obviously,
I'm surprised they're going ahead with it when it was voted the worst model at the Partwork Awards.
I know. They must see money there. They must see money.
Yeah, unless it's been fixed. But no, there's no information on any of the diorama pieces. So I wonder if they've if they're knocking that. But like I said, I can't understand French, so I haven't got a clue what what it's saying.
Yeah.
But there we go. So if I stop sharing, there we go. Mind boggles. Mind absolutely boggles with that one.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, but I mean, they have offered the Tiger tank here before.
Yeah.
And and the Bismarck.
I was just gonna say, if Ian's watching, he can be sort of like, I can push for the power mod for the Spitfire to them. France. There you go.
It'd be, like I said, it'd be interesting to watch to see if they've sorted out the problem that even Hachette realised was a problem as well.
No, Hachette never admitted to it.
Oh, really?
They never admitted it was
That's surprising because there was a lot of problems with it and a lot of people had the same problem. So
I think the response to Horlicks, because Horlicks was messaging them left, right, and centre, was, well, our builders haven't got a problem. And we were like, well, who's your builder then? Because they mustn't be in this planet. Well, there we go. So, yeah, you can still do the Spitfire in France.
So it'll be coming out soon. I don't know of anything. I think there's some other bits on the horizon to come out. So it's worth keeping an eye out for stuff because I think there's some new stuff starting to come out now. So and we've had the information on the Star Trek ships, which is in August. So there's some other stuff coming as well. So just keep an eye out. I'm pretty sure over the next couple of months we're probably going to start seeing like a trickling effect of new models coming out.
Yeah. Okay. Just one last thing. We mentioned it before we went live, Kev. Just sending our regards to World of Wayne at the moment, who is going through some family problems. I'm not going to tell what it is on the live show.
Just that our thoughts and prayers are with the Green family at this time. So, yeah. Not great, but he's going to be away for a while, so hopefully get back soon when you're ready. Yeah, we're all here for you, Wayne. Don't sweat. You'll come back when you're all ready. So we're all here.
We're all as crazy as we always are.
Yeah.
Okay, right. I'll go through some chat.
Yeah.
So, be quiet tonight, which is great. We've got Spiders Brew in saying hello, Kev, on Mark's channel.
Hiya.
And then Spiders Brew says hello, Mark, on Kev's channel. So hi, JP. We've got Horlicks in saying good evening, all. Hi, Horlicks.
Hi, Horlicks.
We've got Ian's World of Models in saying evening, Mark, Kev, and Alex. So hi, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
We've got DS Models in saying, hey up, chums, how are you doing? So hi,
Dave.
We've got Ian Campbell in saying, good evening, hosts and all. So hi, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
We've got Will's Workshop in saying, evening, all. Evening, Will.
Hi, Will.
Then we've got Scott Allen in saying, good evening, Mark and Kev, and everyone who's watching. So evening, Scott Allen.
Hey, Scott.
And then Ian's World of Models says, evening, fellow modelers. And then Horlicks' Channel Dumping saying, hi, all on this side. Will's Workshop says, happy not to pay £8 for a magazine holder, especially when I'm sure I could get a pack of plain ones on Amazon for not much.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we sort of saw both sides of it. But the main thing was, the main reason we brought it up was because why wasn't it offered? It's in other territories. So we just wanted to really know why it wasn't offered, because it should be an option. I mean, you can opt out. the thing is with these folders, you can opt out if you don't want them.
The thing about it is, you normally get one for free. They normally put it in as a free gift. And then you can opt out if you don't want any more. So you don't actually spending any money on folders if you opt out. I think for the people who really want to keep the magazines, that because you do have quite a lot of content in them, especially about the TV series. For me, it's all about the toys that we had when they came out. So for me, they're kind of a bit of a collector's item are the magazines. And it's whether you want to store them in a nice collector's, I mean, in an ideal world, it'd be nice if they were in binders. I mean, we had the conversation between binders and organisers. But, it's whether you want to keep them in a nice collector's piece. But I see both sides of the story because I think to myself, do we need to be paying how much money for binders? Or if you
it's definitely a balance now. The reason, like I said, the reason we brought it up was because it was offered on some builds, but not on others. And we spoke about the Transformer one a few times on the channel, and even on the live stream. And then obviously I found out this week that they do offer them, just not to the UK and USA. So my thought was, well, why? If you can offer them elsewhere, why weren't we given the option?
Yeah,
it's nice to have the option. Like I said, sometimes people just get rid of the mags and don't really care. But according to the poll that we've done, it looks like a lot of people would like them.
Yeah. I mean, I had the problem with the DeLorean where I was getting the binders when I was with Eagle Moss, but when it went over to Fan Home, they weren't sending binders out. So, yeah. But
Difficult.
it was just to sort of engage interest, really. And are you interested or not interested in them? And if the option is there to opt out, people can do and not get them.
Yeah.
But there are people out there that are willing to say, I want the binders. I want to just put them in something nice. So
yeah. Some of the ones are quite worth keeping, like the Batmobile 66, because in the magazines it doesn't just go through Batman stuff; it goes through every single episode from the series, just like the Knight Rider one does.
Yeah.
Where the other ones like RoboCop and the Fast and Furious doesn't really do that. It doesn't go through it like that. It sort of profiles things and there's other bits as well. So,
do you remember the Terminator magazines? Towards the end of that build,
it was a spinner's paper. Yeah.
There's hardly anything in there, and none of it made sense to what the Terminator was about anyway.
Yeah, the problem a lot of these companies have is when you get a film like Terminator or RoboCop, you sort of get to a point where you've discussed everything in the film. So then it's like, well, what else do we fill it with? And then they start filling it with, sort of like robot mechanics and theories and stuff like that. It was just...
They did that with the DeLorean. In the extended issues, it was what the producers did next. What this happened. And it was like, but that's got nothing to do with the collection at all.
Yeah. Like you were saying, I remember the Terminator one, as it got closer to the end, the magazine seemed to get thinner and thinner with less content in.
Saying that, though, the Doll's House did exactly the same, where you were getting magazines with just instructions, a lot of instructions, but just instructions in them. Yeah,
the Doll's House one, they started out doing like the 1950s and 60s, like original posters. So in the back, you would have two like original posters to a film or to a cartoon or something like that. And then they just stopped. And like you said, near the end, there was loads of magazines where it was just, there was nothing, no content in them, just instructions.
Yeah.
And it's like, they've obviously already run out of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider Spruce says, when I subscribed to Optimus in Germany, there was no magazine organisers part of it. Maybe earlier, so maybe it was offered if you subscribe
later on, because I'm pretty sure I saw someone in Germany take a photo of their box, and it had the binders. Because I think he put that he received two, and he wanted to know why.
Yeah. We also need to really talk to them fan home and say, we stop calling them binders and call them organisers. Now I know what the name is.
Yeah.
I was the same. Before you messaged me about the Optimus Prime organisers, I'm looking for A5 binder. I'm like, why can I not find what they are that fan home? And then it took me but yeah, they're classed as magazine organisers. There we go. We've got Mad Dad Hobbies in who says, evening all, evening Mad Dad, welcome.
Hey, Mad Dad.
Sparish Bruce says, but I do get 6 stages instead of 5 for Optimus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was another thing as well that I found out as well, that some areas get more issues than us and vice versa.
That's strange.
I don't really know why that happens or what happens there.
Yeah. We've got Kenneth in saying, hello, remarkable, incredible Mark and Kev. I'm sitting here watching my favourite YouTube people while working on the Legrand 1.8 VW Beetle. Wow.
Nice.
Kenneth, welcome.
Welcome.
We've got Bobby Bates in who says, hi Mark, did you find out if you missed a step on your U-boat? I did check and no, I haven't missed a step. It is the way it's supposed to be. So Horlick says, I feel sorry for them building it. May need to put some mods to them before issue 93. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a while away.
Yeah.
It's not even been released yet. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they've sorted the problem or not.
Yeah. Ken Fairclough says Apache in September. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, over the next, I think now until obviously next year, I think we're going to see lots of builds coming out.
Yeah. Holic says it was the lifters. I did a detailed presentation on why it fails, and their design team response was they couldn't see the issue. Bonkers. That's what it was.
I know that a lot of people had the same issue. A lot of people started coming up saying the landing gear wouldn't go down.
Yeah.
Or was getting caught or something like that.
Well, they replaced a cog and the wire, the landing gear wire, and it still was faulty.
So that tells me that they knew there was a problem if they've sent out replacements.
Well, we got, if I remember correctly, we got a message or a letter saying that there was a problem and not to do anything until you got to such and such stage and it'd be sorted out there.
Actually, saying that, they've just put a message out similar to what you've just said for the Lancaster build.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
About the landing gear, funnily enough. Something about a pin, don't put this pin in yet, or you're waiting for it, or they've sent a replacement in a bag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that on the landing gear? And then I was like, oh, is this a precursor?
I'm waiting for my next shipment to see if I get a letter of that in there. But yeah, is this they're finding problems?
I did see on the Facebook group someone put that, said that it was going to be, there was going to be a little bag, and to use the one in the little bag and not the one supplied on the landing gear.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. David Phillips says, evening boys. Evening, David. Welcome.
David.
Varys Bruce says, Spitfire French lacquer collection is complete in 120 numeros, so 120 issues. So they are going to get offered the diorama piece.
Okay, that's good.
Are they going to? Is France going to do what most of the UK did and went, that's a lot of money for a ground crew and stop it at issue 100?
Yeah, and didn't you say as well the paint job wasn't?
Yeah.
Weren't very good.
They had freaky. They had the eyes were just wrong, really wrong. And if you ever seen the film Village of the Damned,
yeah,
Hills
Have Eyes, that sort of thing.
Wow, I watched that. We got shown that film in high school, Village of the Damned, and all in the eyes. Scott Allen says, well, if the French can get to build a British aeroplane, fingers crossed we might get to build the German VW Beetle.
Yeah, they've done a few of them.
Yeah.
Model
Space did one, didn't they? They did a red beetle.
Yeah, and they did. I think over in Germany, they had a blue one as well. And then we've had loads of different 2CVs as well.
Yeah.
Because I think in French they did 2 1/8 scale versions, and they also did a 1/6 scale version as well of the 2CV. It seems to be one of their popular vehicles.
That was the 2CV Spot, I think it was, that the 1 scale.
Yeah.
We got Tom McPhee saying hi, Kevin and Mark, and hi to everyone. So hi, Tom, welcome.
Hi, Tom.
We got Lee Eagles in saying hi, guys. So hi, Lee, welcome.
Hi, Lee.
Right, so I think I'll read this one out. Saying, Will saying, would have been nice if the door stayed up. My guess, technically, it's film accurate with them closing. LOL, just added an IRA remote to my car now, and that's in relation to the DeLorean.
Yeah, there was the hinges on the doors. I think they were too thin,
and
I think the plates were not strong enough to hold it up because we had to use the blocks to keep it held up. If you remember right, the plastic blocks.
Yeah, because that's what I've got holding mine up. The blocks.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, because the struts on it are too thin to hold it. And I mean, a load of people had problems as well because the hinges broke, didn't they, on the doors as well?
It was something to do with the screws, and if you changed it to a different screw, then it would be better. And I used what people recommended, the screw. But then, like I said, I got the little blocks, and that's why I've got one of my doors open.
Open, yeah.
Displaying it, so yeah. Ian's World of Model says, had fun today building the shell case collecting basket on the U96 today. I could see why you had a problem, Mark, but got there in the end. Yeah.
I did see.
You bend into Partwork lines, not bend against them.
Yeah.
Crazy. That was crazy. Kenneth says, I'm putting together the interpanels in the VW Bug. If you are Kevin, ever do this Legrand 1.8 VW Bug, prepare for a lot of engine and internal details.
Yeah.
Like
I said, the details are getting a lot better now.
Yeah. Bobby says, I saw a vid of someone building the Lancaster. He had a replacement pin in the bag. Yeah,
it was to do with the landing gear, if I remember rightly, and you don't put the pin that's supplied, you put the one that's in the bag that they've thrown in. Yeah, like I said, the only concern I had was that was the problem with the Spitfire.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Lee Eagle says, what stage is everyone on the Skyline build? I'm on issue 20.
Yeah, we all are on issue 20. My next pack should be here this week, and that starts from issue 21. I think in the US they've already got it because I think they're a couple of weeks ahead of us. But yeah, no one has got. Like I said, most people have only got up to issue 20 on that.
Yeah. It's getting there though.
I've looked. Obviously, they're building it in Japan, so I'm watching a Japanese guy build it. I think they're on issue 50 something, and they're still working on the engine.
Yeah.
And at that point, you've got the chassis. You haven't even got the back wheels on or the exhaust or anything like that. There's a load of work to do on the engine in the bay and everything.
Yeah, but by issue 20, I'm sorry, but it looks more complete than the Tumbler.
Yeah. Yeah. I said in my video actually this week, I've got a funny feeling that we're just going to gather all the parts together and then put it all together in the next 2 issues. The last 2 issues, issue 99 and 100, is where we're just going to build it all together. We'll have it all in parts everywhere, and then we all stick it all together in the last 2 issues.
Right.
I think that's what by the looks of it, I can't see it doing it any other way because just of how many parts you've got lying around.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get that build. I really don't.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's always quite. I always look for it on a Wednesday to see what you bring home from the shop. Thinking, what?
Not a lot. Let's put it that way. Not a lot.
Oh dear. My Dad Hobbies says there was a bag with the last issue 24 with replacement retraction piston parts, and in issue 25 there is going to be a replacement strut joints. Wow. So.
Yeah, I thought I'd mention it because I saw it during the week, and I was like, "Oh, they've got replacement parts already." What issue are you on? Only on 24.
Yeah. I tell you what's bothering me though is people who are now coming to the end of the Enterprise and don't get the corrected colour for the warp nacelle.
Yeah, I have seen a few people. Like I said, I did a video on all of that and how to get a replacement if Fanhome won't issue it. There's ways around. I was lucky enough that someone helped me with that.
And everybody's going and painting them.
You can paint. I know Todd said that you can paint them. It's all on his site on how you can make them more accurate. Because I know even the standard coloured one that they've sent out, and they're both different. There's a more accurate way of painting them. The right colour, I should say. But yeah.
Okay. Legal says Japan is on 40, I think.
Oh, is it? I thought it was here 50. It might have been my mistake, but I know that there's not a lot. When you look at it, it doesn't look. It looks more complete, like you're saying, but there's not a lot. There's a lot of work on that engine to get it in the bay, and there's no wheels on it, like back wheels. There's no exhaust section, I don't think. The interior, the next pack that we're doing for the Nissan is the interior, but actually we put the back seats in and the first driver's, and obviously the only driver's seat in the front, and then we leave it. We don't actually go back to that at all. Whatever the guys are up to in Japan, they're still working on like the engine bays and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of work going on there.
Still looks nice though.
It looks really good.
It still does look nice. It's just and you can see they seem to be settled down with the deliveries now. Yeah,
I will say that I've just paid for issue 15 of the Enterprise, and then issue 16 generated straight away, and then said it was going to be delayed. But apart from that, everything else seems to be sort of flowing fine. So
yeah, did you say there was another one that you were waiting on, or did you get that one?
I've got everything that's been sent. Is like everything that was on hold or what I was waiting for has now been sent. So this week coming, I think I've got, it should turn up, the Nissan Skyline, and I believe it's going to be RoboCop. And then we've got Optimus Prime is preparing to be sent, so that should be this week. And then we're sort of up to speed, I think, like you're saying. I think we're sort of getting there now.
Yeah. World Workshop says, I said in one of my videos that it would be a shame to have the bonnet shut on the Skyline.
Yeah, because of the detail. I mean, if you ever go to car shows back in the early 2000s, like me and Kirsty did, everyone had the boots, the doors, the bonnet open. So when you went to car shows, that's the sort of thing that people were looked at. So it's one of those cars. It's not like the Knight Rider or the DeLorean where you would keep those sort of things closed because you never really saw them on the show or anything. With the Skyline, it's more of those. It's a show car. So when you go to show cars, they have all the doors open. They have the bonnet and the hood open and all that, and the boot. So yeah, it's more of I would say, a car that you would want to display like that.
Well, I would have thought that you know, you'd want to definitely display the engine.
Yeah, it's going to be it's inside, and obviously the boot is going to be a modder's paradise, because in the boot you have the amp and the sub, but you also got 2 monitors, and those monitors are just statue ones, I think, with the ability I've seen with things like the Knight Rider. You could turn them into it, and then you've got the dashboard sit as well. So you've got a navigation display, but you've also got a DVD display as well. So, I mean, years ago you used to have, I don't know if anyone had this, but years ago in a car that we had, you push the stereo and a little screen would come up.
Oh, yeah.
You could play DVDs on it, but it's got one of them in it. And I was thinking, that's just the modders, that's just asking to be modded. And it's also got a sat nav in there as well. So it's just, there's loads of stuff to be modded inside it.
You can just see somebody putting in like the clip of the car racing on that or something, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, definitely. The modders are going to have fun with that one.
Yes.
But it does look, I mean, the engine does look nice in it. I've got to
admit, I mean, if you could, the 2 monitors in the boot, you could actually, I think nowadays you could actually get it to play the whole movie.
Right.
Imagine you could get it coming through. You could probably replace the speaker with a proper speaker in the back, and have it so it's playing the Fast and Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, in the back of the car. I mean, you know, that's the sort of thing that they could do.
You got to be very careful with that, though, because that is heavily copyrighted.
Yeah,
very heavily copyrighted. But it's amazing what the mods can do now.
Yeah,
I've seen what Mike Lane's done with the kit.
Yeah,
like, you know, I'd want to build the kit just to put that mod in.
it's yeah, it's awesome.
Surprised Fan Home haven't re-released that.
I you know, don't at this point never say never.
No,
that's my motto. Even ones that they've stopped doing or aren't on their site at the moment could potentially come back. I think, actually saying that, I think Iron Man is on pre-order at the moment on the US side, not on anywhere else. But if you go onto the US site and you click on Iron Man, I think it's actually up for pre-order. That's coming back over in the US. I don't know anywhere else, obviously, but that is on there. So
yeah, I just don't think the Iron Man went down well in this country because we like value for money.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a bit like the RoboCop. It comes in a lot of bits and not many bits, but yeah, it builds up over time. Interesting one. It's an interesting one. I haven't done the Iron Man. I was doing it, then stopped because it was during COVID and there was plans for it to be released in the newsagents, which obviously never happened because of that. And I never really returned to it, which is a shame. I would have liked to have built it.
I never really seen the films. I think I saw the first film and that's it. I've never really watched it.
Iron Man feels brilliant, I've got to say.
Yeah, but when I did watch the first film, I think I was in hospital at the time after major surgery. So,
right, okay. That might have put a downer on it.
Yeah, it's not really a thing you want to watch again, really.
Yeah.
Reminded of that.
Mind you of that.
Will's Workshop says, I've already considered a Noz fogger, which I think I could do. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Sorry, a NOS, not a Noz.
Yeah.
No,
Noz, N-O-S, Noz, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because he has that in the passenger area, because there's not a seat in the passenger area. That's where he turns it on.
So, yeah. Lee Eagle says, Tiny Circuits Company makes monitors. I have 3 in my R34 GTR Nismo 1.8 capo model. Wow. Yeah, you can. Like I said, it's the stuff that you can do now is you saw what they could do. Like I said, when we mentioned the kit, they could do the monitors, couldn't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity in that dashboard for the Skyline, because there was a lot of monitors in there, and obviously you get the 2 in the boot as well. It's one of those really strange. It's a car that we all sort of recognise as a main car in the Too Fast Too Furious, but actually it spends, I think it's less than 5 minutes on screen, because he does one race with it and then he crashes it and you never see the car again. So I think it's on screen for about 10 minutes, if that.
Yeah. Ian's World of Models says the speakers they supply with these models aren't very good quality. I think they could do better considering the price we pay for them. You know what? I completely and utterly agree. I think the speakers they supply are rubbish. I think they could be better. I think the sound we get, they're not great. I mean, I know, but I think electrics has come a long way. Why can't we at least have a decent speaker in them?
Yeah, they do some really good speakers, actually. They do the Sugar Cube. I mean, they could even put a Sugar Cube speaker in them, and the quality you get out of the Sugar Cube speakers is really good. Really good.
I completely agree with that one. Actually, I changed the speaker in my Spitfire base for a better one, and the difference was amazing. Was absolutely amazing. So yeah, I actually agree with that. The speakers are rubbish.
It all comes down to because obviously all these builds have budgets. So I would imagine. I mean, we know why there isn't the proper Christmas tree and the flux capacitor in the DeLorean, because the ones that they really want, it costs too much, and it all comes down to cost at the end.
Yeah.
And I think the guy Ben Robinson at the time, I think he actually turned around and said, "Of course, I was disappointed by them. That is not what we agreed on. That's not what we wanted. But because of budget and everything else, that was the best we could do with that."
I get that, but for what Christmas tree and the flux capacitor in the DeLorean, yes, would have cost a lot of money. But for a speaker, not that much really, just to get better ones. And that's why if I look at the Miura, you put the engine sound on that, you can hardly hear it. It's that low. And actually Ian, who does obviously the power mods, his mods improve the sound quality of these models.
Yeah, they I have to say that I have found by mains supply, the models do work a lot better. I remember when I'd done the Terminator and the base worked, but I couldn't for some reason get the head or the lights working on the head. As soon as you supplied me with the power mod, it worked instantly, because I thought it was broken, and it just worked straight away.
Yeah. So, look into it. Give us some better options.
Yeah, definitely.
That is something actually I've been on about for a while. Is we need to have, if they're going to put sounds in something, make it decent.
Yeah, I know as well. Some of the models they're starting to now offer mains powered.
Yeah.
As well, which is good. Which I think they should on some of them.
Okay. Ian World of Model says, Iron Man films, love them all. I need to rewatch them. I honestly need to watch them, but it's just, getting around to it. Legal says, Kev, I sent you a video on Messenger.
Okay. I'll have a look at one too.
Ed Hughes is in saying, evening all, speakers are... Yeah. Yeah. Ed Hughes says, agree, power mods are a must for these models. Same with our Terminator. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
They do, because, but you hardly move them.
Well, not only that, you don't move these models, and it takes the ability away from turning them on, because you have that ability to have the power running through it, so you don't need to keep turning these things on and off. and the power's always there, so you don't have to worry about batteries.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I know some of them, they are now starting to offer the power. I mean, the Millennium Falcon was the first one I can remember where it offers you both parts. But obviously, even on the Titanic, they're doing that. So,
I think the best speaker, I'm just going to go off this one. Ian's World of Model says, best speaker I ever got in a Partwork was the Ferrari F40. Sounds great. I think the best speaker for me would have to be the R2D2 speaker.
Yeah, that's really good. I have to say as well that the Knight Rider speaker is actually quite good as well. Sounds crystal clear. It's perfect. Like you're saying, though, there are some where it's not 100%. So
I found the speaker in the Terminator was too loud and crackly.
Yeah, it's very, very loud. And like you're saying, I think what's happened there is, it's, like you're saying, it's just, I don't know whether it's overpowered or whether they've just upped the volume a bit too much on it, because there's no volume control on it. So
remember when we were recording all them and we're thinking we can't have this going for longer than 8 seconds
because of the music. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was really loud.
Yes, really.
Will's Workshop says power mods are one of the first things I do now. Yeah, it's definitely a must. It's thank goodness for Ian who does.
It's going to be interesting to see how we do the power mod for Optimus Prime, because it's in the power pack is, I think it's 2 AAAs, and it goes into one of his fuel tanks on the back. It just slides in. So that'd be interesting how to do that.
I wonder if Ian's mantra is, if they can build it, I can mod it.
Yes. Yeah.
Like his a day without without
Partwork. Yeah.
If they can build it, I can mod it. But we are talking chat.
Oh, lovely.
It's been brilliant. So have you got anything coming up this week, Kev?
I have. Do you know what? I'm caught up on everything, but I have got a few things. I've got some Star Trek, the paper cardboard models I've still got to do, so I can do them if I've got nothing. I might wait on Monday to see what turns up, but I'll have something on the channel. I'm not entirely sure yet. It's a mystery. The mystery machine is back, so I don't know what's coming up, because I'm actually caught up on everything. I'm just waiting for stuff to turn up now.
Yeah. Ed says, no, you're not, LOL.
What? What was that for? Oh, right, okay.
Oh, no, to catching up with chat. That's what it was.
Right, okay. Yeah, I get you now. Yeah, no, you're not. Yeah.
For once I am. So, yeah, you just clarify. Just clarify chat. Yeah. So, but, yeah, it should be normal for me this week, apart from there's no Muir anymore, so that won't be out, and the camper van possibly won't be out because I've got a slight problem which I need to get a replacement part from D'Agostini tomorrow. Right.
What's that bit?
The steering. It's part of the steering mechanism, and something's broken on it, and I will need to speak to D'Agostini and need a replacement stage 71. So, yeah. If they don't send one out, if I have to get one out, I've got to get one anyway because the steering won't work without it.
Right.
So, but I think Peter Webster's had the same problem with it. I think it's there's a weakness in the design for the steering. So
a lot of the steering I find it puts a strain on the car. It's not strong enough to really turn the wheels. So on my DeLorean, on my Knight Rider, I've disconnected it because when you try to turn it, you've got to think there's a lot of weight being pushed on those wheels, and then you've got to turn it with the little rod. It just puts. So I'm not jumping in these cars to go down to Tesco's. So it's a sort of a. I mean, I can on the Night Rider, it can be reattached just with one screw.
Yeah.
But I just disconnect it just because it's easier to. It puts strain on it. I don't want anything broken. So.
Yeah. For myself, yeah, just normal. Just got a few things I need to sort out, but I do have some backups just in case.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got some backup stuff to do if nothing turns up, but I am expecting a few bits to turn up this week. But I'm fingers crossed they turn up earlier in the week than later.
World's Workshop says kit steering works fine on my model.
Yeah, it works fine. It worked fine on mine, but there was definite strain in it when you were turning the wheels and the steering. And the one thing I didn't want to do, because the steering wheel in kit is not it's not a normal steering wheel. It's like a joystick socket one. And I just didn't want to put pressure on that because it's got electrics in as well.
Yeah.
And then for something to break. So I just took that element away.
Right. Ed says, yes, steering is something they could improve on.
Yeah, it's just a gimmicky thing. Like I said, it's not something that you would. I mean, it's good to have, so you turn the wheels and the wheels turn the right way, but it's not something that you would use when you're using it on display or anything like that. It's one of those gimmicks where it's sort of, if it's there sort of thing.
For me,
if it's not, you're not going to use it.
For me, it's trying to reach in there to do the steering.
This is another thing as well. Exactly, it's another thing. It's reaching in.
The Mura, to press the acceleration pedal, I've got to get a pencil in there just to operate it.
This is why I think they've gone down the remote control option for a lot of the builds now.
Yeah,
it would have worked. It would have worked really well for the Route Master because when the driver's in there, trying to get your finger to push the buttons in there is if you've got big fingers, it's a no.
That's why Horlicks did these Bluetooth mod.
Yeah.
Which eliminates all that. Great mod. Ian Wilmore says, great stream again, guys. And Scott Allen says, great stream, plenty of interesting information as always. Have a great week, everyone, and I'll catch you all next Sunday. So thank you, Scott.
Cheers, Scott.
So, we might as well wrap things up there.
Yeah.
All that's left to say is, I've been Mark.
And I've been Kev.
And we'll catch you all next week, guys. Bye.
See you later, guys.